Okay, Roger, Mud Fossil University with stunning new information on the East Coast dragon. As you know, these are dragon scales, is what I am claiming, and they are designed exactly in the same way they do terracotta tiles. That angle right there fits right into the next one, and the hook's there, there's a hook there and a hook here, and that's the way they hook in. That is the dragon scale. And it might have something to do with these. This could be feathers, this could be scales. I'm not sure, because this is the feathered serpent, and I will show you why I say that. Now, this is the lamination of the scale. That right there is where blood is servicing this scale. It'd be very hard for you to see, but I've seen it in the microscope. It is unequivocal. So this is a scale. And then we have the feathers, and I believe this is feathers. Well, I'm almost 100% sure it's feathers. Now that is the feather, and that is the color of the feather on the top, and that's the color of the feather on the bottom. Now, Greg went out and did some research on these dragon scales and feathers down in Tennessee, and came back with hold on a second. All right, I hope I just said Greg. I meant to. I might have said Dan. I've been working with Dan on some other stuff. Now, anyway, Greg went down to Townsend, Tennessee. He sees this kind of stuff, and I said, "Ooh, that's interesting." So he got some of that, sent that to me, and then this is. You remember I showed you this color here. The same color as that. They're showing that as a 130 million year old dinosaur. It's not 130 million years old. I can almost positively guarantee you that. And it's not very big. It wouldn't even be a viable fetus compared to the ones we got. Now, this is what they look like. You know, everybody pretty much knows what they look like. Now, there is it's called multipennate muscle that does have that same pattern. So, but I'm almost 100% sure what we're looking at is feathers. Now, that is from up above. Those are housing projects over there. Greg did all this work. He figured out where the things were. He matched it up to the one in Morocco. And let's see what he's got here. He found where they're doing mining, and the one in Morocco over here. And we looked into that, and they are doing a lot of stuff over there. Hold on, let me see what we got here. See if I can open these up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, now here he is with the feathers, or the multipennate muscle. I don't know, it sure looks like feathers to me. You see the pattern of them, and I mean, I'm not sure, I can't be positive. I don't know how, I mean, I have something here to look at, but again, I don't have the way to really analyze exactly what's in there. I can look at a microscope, and we're looking at them, and he's pointing it out, and it sure looks like feathers to me. They look exactly like feathers and multipennate. As a matter of fact, a multipennate muscle they call feather muscles. What do we got here? He goes down through all this stuff. There's right there. Now, either that is a feather, which it sure looks like it to me, or it is that multipennate muscle. But I don't think it is, because usually I think the multipennate, I don't know. It's going all in one direction. You'd think it would go this way and that way. It's kind of hard to tell, to be perfectly honest with you. But it certainly is the feathered pattern. And let me see if I got anything else we want to look at here. Hold on. Well, just because it's so obvious, I just want to show it to you. Now, how could anybody deny that? That is just of natural formation. And this is exactly what I'm hearing from geologists. They don't want to hear about this. Although I know Briggs from Yale, he's never... He refuses to see anything that I've shown, but I know he's over there in Morocco now. Somebody told me. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway. Now, what do we got next? All right, I've shown this dragon many times. It's the East Coast dragon. This is just the fluty part coming off of the feathers off of his head. I'm back way out of here. Look at this. This is the head. Try to twist this around so you can see it. That's the head right there. That is the head. It snakes around here all the way up. I'm going to show you close. That we were up in here in the feathers. These are fluty feathers that comes off of this head. And I've gone in here and looked at it very carefully. Everybody else has too. So if you haven't seen it yet, then you missed it. But it's I have videos on it. So it comes all the way around, all the way down here. So let's not worry about up here, because that's not the part I'm concerned about. There is no wings, there's no arms, there's no legs, there's nothing. It snakes around here, snakes literally. It's a serpent. And all of that is this fluty looking dragon stuff. You see it? Those aren't from, oh, those are just, tectonic scrubbing this and that. No, they're not. Those are dragon feathers. And it comes all the way up. And it does this stuff all the way up. Now, this is where Greg was down in Tennessee somewhere. Anyway, if you just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going, and you get up to the end of his tip of his tail, it snakes around here, comes up, and this is pretty much where it ends, up in this area. You see that? That's the end of the tail. That's not from any other reason. This is from a creature that had a fluty tail that was feathery. So that brings me to the point of how the hell did this thing get around? It's like a feather duster. I mean, the thing, it's got no arms, it's got no legs, it's got no wings. So Jody happens to send something to me about the Florentine Codex, which is the feathered serpent was their guy, and the Mesoamericans, and the Florentine Codex is the document that mixes the cultures and says, here, when we first came here in 1545, I guess they started it, and the guy worked on it for 45 years to 1590. 2,400 pages, I think it is, and 2,000 illustrations. Absolutely amazing. But point being is, there was some things in there that she said that, we were looking at some other stuff, and she said, look into this Florentine Codex. It has some illustrations that might make sense to you. So I looked in there, oh, yeah, it's amazing. So I'm going to look at it deeply. So I said, well, maybe I already have some stuff, so I'll look at my stuff. So here's what I found that relates to this. And instantly it pops up. Yeah, so check this out. So I pop in this picture and I say, wow, look at this. There's that feathered serpent. That's that exact, identical looking flutiness. And it has some kind of funny looking thing around its head because it makes that white stuff. This guy's eating somebody. And then I look at this. It's got no arms, got no legs, got no wings. It is the East Coast feathered serpent. Now, it's the East Coast. That is like a gigantic, gigantic, gigantic thing. How did this happen? I just don't understand how they could be that big at one time. And I suppose they shrunk just like the Titan shrunk, and they got down to us. That's all I can say. Because these guys, I don't know how big they were, but this apparently was the same as that. He's eating a guy. So either that guy is gigantic like the East Coast, or this thing is like the size of whatever that guy is the size of. And I don't know how big he was. But I can't imagine there was a whole lot of them laying around the size of the East Coast. At this point, my mind is in just a freaking blender. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's nobody can rationally deal with this. So you have to get out of your rational mind and say, what the hell am I seeing here? And how, and it was written about. So, it's not something that you can't investigate. You just have to get out of the mindset that you're stuck in. And I'm going to tell you, I know people are stuck, and they are stuck like glue. So, to me, this is very exciting. It could be potentially very, very important. And that's how I'm going to deal with it. You deal with it the way you want. But I'm going to show you what I show you, and you see what